Breaking tonight, former President Donald Trump is expected to surrender to Fulton County authorities in Georgia on charges of conspiring to undermine the results of the 2020 election.
I'm live in Highland, where the fire department has a unique way to keep the community cool this summer.
I'm in Verona tracking how a car crash knocked out cell and internet service for hundreds of people.
And you're watching News 3 Now at 5. We are almost out of this dangerous heat wave. Temperatures could cool down as early as tonight. We have live weather team coverage. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with the latest forecast. Reporter Braden Ross live in Highland showing us how firefighters there are helping people stay cool. But let's start with Gary. He has more on some severe weather in our area, Gary.
You know, as those temperatures drop and cooler air starts to move in from the north and east, some strong thunderstorms have developed just northeast of Madison. And right now, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 5:30 for far eastern portions of Dane County, east of Sun Prairie, the far southern portions of Dodge County, and mainly most of northern and Jefferson County, about as far east as Johnson Creek, right along I-94. This line of storms heading to the southeast, wind is going to be the main threat. It's so warm that hail is very likely not to occur unless it's just very small hail, but you can see the potential is there for some strong winds to about 60 miles per hour. These storms will be heading over toward Waterloo and eventually over toward Johnson Creek. It's part of an area of thunderstorms that's developed very rapidly from around Milwaukee to just northeast of Madison. So areas east of Madison will be most likely to see any thunderstorm activity. Here on the west side of Madison, there's not a cloud in the sky or hardly any clouds at all. And 6-hour future track radar shows most of the storms eastward toward Milwaukee from one of the computer models. The other one actually has a little more thunderstorm development farther to the south and east into maybe Rock County as well. So we'll have to see, but areas east of Madison will be more favored for any severe weather. We still have that excessive heat warning until 7 p.m. Heat advisory for areas north of Wisconsin Dells. Right now, temperatures in the middle 90s, but notice Madison's at 94. Temperatures are in the low 70s near Lake Michigan. So it's that lake breeze front that's working its way inland that's triggering those thunderstorms over northeastern Dane County, where temperatures are still in the mid 90s out ahead of the heat or the thunderstorms. But you can see the heat index readings in the triple digits to around 115 degrees. So it's just sultry hot here. Most of southern Wisconsin away from those thunderstorms, still seeing triple digit heat index readings. But behind that front, notice those readings dropping quite a bit closer to Lake Michigan, and eventually that cooling will work its way inland, even though the humidity levels stay high. Dew point temperatures right now are in the middle 70s. Look for temperatures to drop to around 80 by late evening. Again, we'll keep an eye on those storms east of Madison. Severe thunderstorm warning till 5:30 for areas east of Dane County.
All right, Gary, thank you. People across Wisconsin are finding all kinds of ways to beat the heat this week. In Highland, the volunteer fire department has come up with a fun way to keep their community cool. Our Braden Ross joins us live with one of those firemen to tell us more. Braden?
Yeah, Eric, as you can see, the fun has already begun behind me. I'm doing my best not to get hit with any water balloons or fire hoses, but I'm here with Andrew Wolf. He is one of the captains of this volunteer fire department out here in Highland. Andrew, can you tell me a little bit about what's going on here today?
Yeah, we're just trying to beat the heat a little bit here before summer ends and kids got to go back to school, so just out here doing what we can to keep them cool for a little bit.
And this isn't the first time this week that you've done this. It's been hot all week. How has it gone this week, and who kind of came up with this idea?
It's been going good. We a couple of us got together and we're like, let's figure out something we can do. So this has been, we went around town one night, and then last night we did the same stuff up here too, so works out good.
How does it feel to be able to really bring the community together on a day when most people might be inside, but today they actually get to come out and enjoy the weather thanks to you guys?
It's awesome. It's something that, you know, they can come out for a little bit and stay cool while they're doing it and not get overheated or anything like that. So, and then they can go home and have supper and have a good night.
So what are some of your favorite things that you've seen so far? We see, obviously, fire hoses, but balloons.
Yeah, we got balloons. Everybody's got their own water guns up here, too. And then the hoses are set so that any little kid wants to go up and grab them, they can grab them. And from the biggest one to the smallest one, it still ain't going to hurt them either. So
awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew. Enjoy the heat and the cool. I'm going to stay out here for another hour here, and I'll see you guys again at 6. Hopefully I won't be soaked by then, but I guess we'll just have to see. For now, live in Highland, I'm Braden Ross for News 3 Now.
All right, Braden, stay cool, stay dry, and there are cooling centers located all across southern Wisconsin to help people beat the heat, and that includes the Beloit Public Library, Janesville's Public Library, the Middleton Police Department, Orfordville's Village Hall, the Verona Public Library, and many more. For the specific hours of each cooling center location and a full list, head to channel3000.com. And as you see at the bottom of the screen, we also have a list of cooling centers in your community scrolling there for you. Well, new at 5 tonight, hundreds in Verona can't go online or use their phones at home today. Arman Rahman has more from Verona about when those services are expected to be restored.
Internet and cell service has been knocked out for many in the Verona area since about noon today. That's when a car crash here at the intersection of Main Street and Wayland knocked that service out. I just got off the phone with police who tell me thankfully 911 calls are not affected. But across Verona, people are trying to make do with the outage. Police are warning it may last until at least 10 o'clock tonight. I've been talking to people around Verona about how they're managing, and I'll have more on that on a story tonight on News 3 Now at 10. For now in Verona, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
A new at 5, an Evansville man charged with killing one person in a workplace shooting in Janesville has been sentenced to 30 years in prison. 24-year-old Kevin Todd was arrested and charged after opening fire at Precision Drawn Metals. It happened in April of last year. 30-year-old Devin Hills was killed, and Todd pleaded guilty to second-degree intentional homicide as part of a plea deal. Court records show Todd will also serve 10 years extended supervision after his release from prison. A Madison pastor staying silent in court today as a commissioner set a $5,000 bond in a case where he's charged with 2 counts of first-degree child sexual assault. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles was the first to report this and was in court today. Naomi?
Eric, it's important to note here that these charges came weeks after the police investigation wrapped up. And as I reported weeks ago, he has been seen around minors while preaching and leading the church since. Now, it's only today that there's now a court order banning him from unsupervised contact with minors as part of his $5,000 bond. The court entered a not guilty plea on his behalf, and he is set to appear in court next on September 15th. These charges come after he was reported to police in April. But as I reported in July, he first came on police radar back in 2021 in an investigation that went nowhere. Meanwhile, his defense attorney has confirmed to me that he is no longer leading Midvale Baptist Church. Robert Stein was also previously the president for the Minnesota-Wisconsin Baptist Convention.
Naomi, thank you. And we are following breaking news tonight. You are taking a live look at the Fulton County Jail. That's just outside the jail there in the Atlanta area, where in less than an hour, former President Donald Trump will be arrested and booked. It stems from his latest indictment, where he and several others are accused of trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election results in the state of Georgia. Ivan Rodriguez now with the details.
Authorities in Fulton County, Georgia are preparing for the arrival of former President Donald Trump, expected to turn himself in Thursday evening. Trump is accused of being the head of a criminal enterprise that was part of a broad criminal conspiracy to overturn his electoral defeat in Georgia. The other 18 defendants include former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and ex-Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani. The former president faces 91 charges across 4 separate criminal cases. In Atlanta, extra security precautions will be taken when he arrives at the jail.
He will be coming into a secure arrival point. There won't be any other prisoners. There won't be any extemporaneous jail employees.
On the GOP debate stage in Milwaukee Wednesday night, candidates were asked if they'd support Donald Trump, even if he's eventually convicted. All but 2 raised their hands. One who did, former Vice President Mike Pence.
Every one of us on the stage signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee, and frankly, my hand was raised in that spirit, just in keeping my word.
One who did not, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
Character matters, the truth matters, and that his conduct is below, well below, what we should expect from a president of the United States.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis has requested an October 23rd trial date for Trump, but that time frame is already receiving pushback from the former president's defense team, and we'll have live coverage of Trump's surrender tonight. Next hour on News 3 Now at 6. Today in downtown Madison, a service was held for Ada Deer, a trailblazing indigenous advocate. Deer died earlier this month at the age of 88. Today's service was held at Grace Episcopal Church. Born in Kashina, Ada Deer was a member of the Menominee tribe, later graduating from UW-Madison. With a degree in social work, she worked to expand education on Wisconsin's tribal communities, eventually establishing the program on American, Indian, and Indigenous Studies. In the 1990s, she turned her attention to politics, running for Congress for the 2nd Congressional District here in Madison. And then after losing to Scott Klug, she joined the federal government, becoming Bill Clinton's Assistant Interior Secretary for Indian Affairs.
It's so important for us to have those role models and those women to look up to. That representation is priceless for Native communities.
Earlier this month, for her birthday, Governor Evers declared August 7th Ada Deer Day. Reporter Will Keneally took a more in-depth look at Ada Deer's life and impact on the community last week, and you'll find his story at channel3000.com. When school comes back, so will the occasional morning when your child asks to stay home sick. It can be a tricky decision to make, so SSM health experts gave us some insights. When your child is sick, they say it's best to keep them home to avoid infecting other classmates or school staff members. Coughing, chest pain, and wheezing are all symptoms that point toward giving your child the day off. You want to make sure they're healthy again before sending them back to school.
You want to make sure that they're feeling better, their symptoms are improving, that they're not still coughing, having vomiting or diarrhea, and that they're overall just improving. But the main key also is that they've been fever-free.
Experts also have been warning about an uptick in COVID-19 cases that may disrupt the classroom. They recommend having rapid tests ready to use at home to make sure you're not sending your child in who could possibly have COVID-19. The first presidential debate was in Wisconsin, but Wisconsin wasn't mentioned much in the debate. Political reporter Will Keneally breaks down the only instance where we heard of our state coming into play last night.
This week, Wisconsin is at the center of the country's political universe, hosting the first Republican debate in Milwaukee last night. So we had the location here in the state, but did the candidates talk about Wisconsin issues? There's only one reference to Wisconsin in the debate last night. Here's where it came in.
I'm going to stand on the side of life. Look, I understand Wisconsin is going to do it different than Texas. I understand Iowa and New Hampshire are going to do different, but I will support the cause of life.
So a couple of reasons to invoke Wisconsin here. Abortion is a key issue for the state. Back in April, Wisconsin's voters elected a new liberal Supreme Court justice. That flipped the balance of the court, and we will likely see the state's abortion ban struck down. And this was part of a larger exchange on the issue of abortion.
So first of all, I will say it is in the hands of the people, and that's where it should be. But when you're talking about a federal ban, be honest with the American people. No Republican president can ban abortions any more than a Democrat president could ban all those state laws. Don't make women feel like they have to decide on this issue.
The rest are left to the states, comma, or importantly, or to the people. We need to get back to freedom and liberty for the people in this country.
So the other reason to mention Wisconsin, listen for what comes next here.
I understand Iowa and New Hampshire are going to do different.
Now, those last two states are crucial for the Republican primary. They vote early in the process. Now, Wisconsin, on the other hand, is going to be a key swing state in the general election next fall. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And at the same time as the debate, former President Trump gave an interview with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson. Trump mentioned Wisconsin at least once, saying falsely that he won the state in 2020. Coming up, Gary has a complete look at our first warn forecast, plus a deadly mass shooting at an historic bar in Southern California. We'll have the latest on that investigation. And on Wall Street, we thought things were turning around yesterday, but today the worst drop in 3 weeks. The Dow falls almost 374 points. NASDAQ down 257. S&P falls 60, and we'll be right back.
Don't miss this mattress deal, Wisconsin. Right now at Ashley, save up to $900 on Beautyrest Black and receive your choice of Apple AirPod Pros or Apple Watch, plus $300 in free furniture. You're not going to find this deal anywhere else. Only at Ashley.
Mark, a little help here? Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one, get one free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Ashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer, it's your home cleaner.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win.
ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
You've probably heard by now, but Wanakee Remodeling has been transforming homes for the better part of half a century by installing materials that stand the test of time from a team of trusted home pros. Our design team delivers a turnkey experience for your interior or exterior remodeling project, leaving you with a home you'll love. At Wanakee Remodeling, we'll never stop improving. Right now, get a special window offer. Buy one window, get one 40% off with special financing. Visit WanakeeRemodeling.com for more.
Get the absolute lowest prices now during Furniture and Appliance Mart's Labor Day event. Save $1,600 instantly on this 4-piece Whirlpool kitchen package. Or get a washer and dryer pair for $18 a month. All with 72-month special financing at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
The heat wave will end tonight and more comfortable weather will arrive over the next few days. At 6, I'll let you know how nice the weekend will be.
And ahead at 6, Highland has a unique way to beat the heat. We're here cooling off with the volunteer fire department. That's all coming up tonight at 6.
The First Warn Weather Team, we're tracking temperatures cooling as we head into the weekend. But what are those chances that the extreme heat could move back into southern Wisconsin? That's coming up in the 6 o'clock show in the Beyond the Barometer series.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A mass shooting at an historic bar popular with bikers in Southern California has left 3 dead and at least 6 injured. Cara Finstrom has the latest from Orange County, just southeast of Los Angeles.
Patrons at Cook's Corner Bar and Restaurant were enjoying all-you-can-eat spaghetti night and live music when gunshots rang out Wednesday evening. Witnesses say the shooting started in the picnic area. Officers got to the popular Trabuco Canyon Bar within 2 minutes of the first 911 calls.
Deputies arrived on scene and dispatch could hear gunshots in the background.
Police say the suspected gunman shot and killed 3 people during at least 2 rounds of gunfire.
Deputies then confronted a male subject that was armed with a gun. At that point, a deputy-involved shooting occurred, and that involved multiple deputies. The man believed to be involved in the shooting is deceased at the scene.
One man who escaped told police his friend died after being shot in the back while running away. Another woman said she begged the gunman to spare her because she was pregnant. He told her to leave. The Orange County District Attorney identified the gunman as John Snowling. Officials say he was a retired sergeant who worked for at least 3 decades at the Ventura, California Police Department. Cook's Corner is a well-known bar, popular with bikers and families, a roadhouse that's been around since 1884.
We're like, wait a minute, Cook's? No way. I mean, it's like this sanctum that you feel that you're in, you know, when you're at Cook's and you're safe.
Police say the investigation is ongoing as they continue to work through interviewing at least 40 witnesses. Cara Finstrom, CBS News, Trabuco Canyon, California.
And the Orange County Sheriff says investigators believe the shooting started as a domestic dispute. One of the injured is the suspect's ex-wife. Severe weather for some in southern Wisconsin. The alerts keep coming, Gary.
Yeah, we're seeing some very strong thunderstorms develop in the eastern portions of our viewing area. The question is how far west they will develop. But right now we have a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:30 for the far eastern portion of Dane County as well as much of Jefferson County and far southern portions of Dodge County. This is over toward Watertown and down toward Johnson Creek. This is the first thunderstorm cell that has moved through part of the area. However, farther to the west, there's another severe thunderstorm warning that just came out for much of eastern Dane County and into far western portions of Jefferson County. That's until 5:45 for additional storms that developed around Sun Prairie, but even those have weakened very quickly over the last 15 minutes or so. But we're watching these storms as they head toward the south and east. Looks like another cell trying to develop around Middleton, although that has weakened over the last couple of minutes. These storms are literally popping up in a very short period of time and then dying down just as quickly, but a storm track on at least where the strongest storms are, from around Watertown to around Lake Mills heading to the southeast. That takes them toward the city of Jefferson by about 5:40. The main threat from these storms is going to be strong straight-line winds. With the very hot temperatures, it's very unlikely that hail will be able to make it all the way down to the ground. If it does so, it'll be just very small hail. But strong winds will be the main threat as these storms head off toward the south and east. And you can see how they developed from around Milwaukee back toward the west to just northeast of Madison. But west of Madison, really nothing going on there. What's happened is we have some cooler air that's working its way down through eastern Wisconsin and especially off of Lake Michigan. And it's that lake breeze front that's really developing these thunderstorms in a very small area, mainly to the east of Madison. And you can see even the short-range computer models are having a hard time picking it up. Now, one of these computer models shows very little in the way of thunderstorm development over the next 6 hours, whereas the other one has the potential for more storms to develop down toward, say, Janesville and Monroe. So because of that, the Storm Prediction Center has just come out with a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. for Iowa and Dane counties and areas to the south and east. This is the area that's most likely to see storm development, but I would say west of Madison, the chances are pretty low. East of Madison, probably higher for the storms because they're already ongoing. And take a look at the difference in temperatures. Madison, 94. Watertown's just dropped to 84. It's 77 in Sheboygan and 72 in Manitowoc. So as that lake cooled air works its way inward, that's that line where we're seeing storms develop. And across Dane County right now, we're still out ahead of the storms for the most part. So temperatures are in the low to mid 90s, 94 in Belleville, 94 in Perry. You factor in the humidity, it feels like 110 in Madison and 111 in Middleton. The good news is once these storms start to work their way down, things start to cool off. Notice the heat index readings really dropping to the west. So right now we do have an excessive heat warning in effect until 7 p.m. for most of the area, a heat advisory to the north. Temperatures overnight, once the storms end, 68 in Middleton, 72 in Mount Vernon. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 71 in Janesville, and 71 for the low in Lone Rock. But that's not as warm as it was last night. Tomorrow, high of 83, so not as warm, still kind of humid, an outside chance of a shower or storm. Future track heat index readings show that those will drop off as that lake-cooled air moves in from the north and east. And as we look at the first warn 7 to 10-day forecast, much nicer conditions for the weekend. Highs mid-70s, around 80 on Monday with a thunderstorm chance, and then temperatures low 70s Tuesday and Wednesday, back up into the low 80s, and much of the Labor Day weekend actually looks to be pretty nice. As we check out first warn traffic this afternoon, right now things actually looking pretty good on the Beltline. Not hearing of any big pavement buckles or main highway blockages because of that. Right now, Beltline traffic normal in either direction. 17 minutes coming in from Sun Prairie to downtown on East Washington Avenue. Outbound trip is 19 minutes today. Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 is 16 minutes, and the Beltline to Janesville is a 23-minute commute. That's your news for now. First warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. The future of greener wine is being uncorked on the West Coast. California-based Monterey Wine Company has started producing its bottles out of something less traditional, paper. The machine they got from the English company Frugal Pack pinches, folds, and molds more than 2.5 million bottles every year. These paper bottles and plastic inserts that hold the liquid are all 100% recyclable, which leads to more environmentally friendly outcomes.
The overall carbon footprint is much, much, much lower on a paper bottle than it is the equivalent glass bottle. We believe it's up to 6 times lower.
Using paper bottles also allows them to be made much more closely to the producers of those beverages. This means greener and less expensive transportation as well, plus additional jobs being created here on U.S. soil. History is made in space. India becomes the 4th nation to make a trip to the moon. The details next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Keep your home protected with Menard's great selection of exterior paints and stains. Dutch Boy Exterior Stain and Sealer is dirt and scuff resistant and begins repelling rain in just 4 hours after application. Pick up a gallon for $31.99 after rebate. Refresh your home with a new coat of Dutch Boy Forever Paint and Primer in one. It offers exceptional hide and fade resistance for a beautiful color that lasts. Get a gallon of Forever Exterior for $37.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At Bergstrom Automotive, you'll never pay above manufactured suggested retail price. That'd be like bringing a sword to a dinosaur fight. Silly. That would be silly. Yes, you'll always pay fair market price and never above MSRP. If you're tired of hearing no, join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom for the yes.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
India succeeded in a soft landing of its Chandrayaan-3 space probe on the moon yesterday. It's a first for that nation as India joins a very exclusive club of nations that made successful lunar landings. Reed Binion reports.
This success belongs to all of humanity.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailing the successful landing of India's Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft on the moon. The Wednesday landing made India the fourth nation ever to accomplish such a feat, behind the United States, the former Soviet Union, and China. Chandrayaan-3 landed closer to the moon's south pole than any other spacecraft in history has ventured, a significant achievement, as the South Pole region is considered an area of key scientific and strategic interest worldwide because scientists believe it is home to water ice deposits. That ice could be converted into rocket fuel or even drinking water for future crewed missions. More than 8 million people tuned in to watch a live stream of the spacecraft's soft landing. Crowds of ecstatic observers gathered across India to take in the historic event. Modi, who was attending an economic summit in South Africa at the time, joined them in the celebration virtually.
When we see such historic moments with our own eyes, it makes us very proud. This is the dawn of new India.
The lander and rover are expected to function for about 2 weeks on the moon's surface, with the propulsion module remaining in orbit to beam data back to Earth.
They've done very well. They have their own plans in the next few years to fly their own astronauts into space. They've developed advanced rockets and cryogenic engines, so they're doing quite well.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And we're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjord's furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjord's furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet, like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
I'm Darrell Hall of Hall Farms, and this is my John Deere. We farm 1,700 acres of crop ground, and then we also have purebred breeding sheep. We've dealt with Sloan since 1980, and what I think is really makes them stand out is the person-to-person contact, and it seems like they're always on top of their business to the finest detail, and that just amazes me, and I think that's why Sloan's is so impressive to us farmers, and this is why I think of Sloan's first.
At Lawton Cates, we provide compassion and guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side. We know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
All right, another live look from outside the Fulton County Jail in Georgia. This is where former President Trump will be surrendering to authorities in connection to his latest indictment, where he's accused of 2020 election interference in Georgia. We'll have live team coverage tonight on News 3 now at 6. Of course, more ahead on the CBS Evening News. Well, let's get to Gary on the latest on the forecast.
Yeah, a couple of warnings here. Get past the satellite. So right now, a new severe thunderstorm warning. That is now in effect until 6:15. This covers the eastern portions of Dane County as well as Jefferson County. This is for severe thunderstorms right along the I-94 corridor that are heading toward the south and east. You can see the latest track on these will take them into areas south of Johnson Creek and almost as far south as Fort Atkinson and about the next half hour. So be prepared for strong straight line winds as those storms roll on through. There is a severe thunderstorm watch now in effect until 10 p.m. for Dane County and areas to the south. We'll be back with further updates, and we'll join CBS News in progress.